here from Beta, and welcome back to another video. Now today we're taking a look at Windows 10 Mobile build 10,136. This build includes a number of features and enhancements over the last public preview build, which was 10,080. This build is also not is the same performance-wise, I think, as build 10,080 as I guess we'll show you now. So this is the new build. There are a couple of new UI improvements. We're going to go over them first. First up, the background now has a parallax effect to it, much like it used to when it was within the tiles. So now when you scroll up and down, you can get the background moving, and if you actually scroll to the bottom, you can see the wallpaper doesn't actually reach the entire screen, so it starts coming up, which is interesting. If we swipe over to the apps list, you'll see that the dark background sort of fades in now instead of just appearing, which is nice. They're touching up the UI, which is good. There's still a bug with these horrible icons being blurry, but that's nothing, you know, it doesn't really take away from the actual using the build. If we go to the home screen and open up an app, this is where the performance issues lie, really. App performance is the same. I wouldn't say it's any faster, but this build does actually seem slower than 10,080, and that's not because there's bad code or the build is just hammering on your CPU. It's because there appears to be an issue of animations. So if I tap on an icon, I tapped on the store icon, it still hasn't opened. Now it's just finally launched. That appears to be an issue of animations. It may be an issue of performance, but I actually do think this is it's more related to animations than it is to the actual app being slow. So yeah, this is the store, nothing really new here. If we go to downloads, nothing going on there. Everything all looks pretty fine and dandy. There's an annoying bug with the music app. The music app just doesn't work. It will take me to the store to try and download, but it won't download. The video app does work, so if you launch video, I will show you what that looks like. It looks the same as it does in 10,080. You get this hamburger menu here, which allows you to scroll between everything and go into the shop, films, music, etc, etc. All pretty great. So if we go into Outlook Mail and Outlook Calendar, these received an update as well. The UI is slightly better, as you can see here. If we open up an email, it'll actually show you what the email actually is. I have tapped on that email. Come on, Twitch. Can I open? No, I just flagged it. Okay, so I can't open the email. Right, so let's open up the Wunderlist one. Okay, so the Wunderlist one works, which is great. Please confirm, so if we can also reply, as per usual, let's reply to the email and just say stuff. Hi, and whatnot. So yes, that all works, like you would expect. Same for calendar, but calendar doesn't really look any different, so I won't be opening it. The settings app, let's see what's new in here. Don't believe there's much new, just a little bit more touched up. The UI, like I said, the UI is touched up in this build. Everything looks a little bit nicer. Unfortunately, the performance isn't there. Otherwise, I think this would be a daily driver. If we go into the actual change list here, I'll show you what else is new. So if we go up here, we can see that improvements to Cortana are in this build. Cortana now looks like what she looks like on the desktop. So she's using the dark theme by default. She's got a hamburger menu up here, which opens up from the left. You get your weather, news, etc, etc. We open up the hamburger menu. This is what the hamburger menu looks like. Home, notebook, reminders, places, quiet hours, music, help, settings, and feedback. We can go to settings here. The pill switches are present. Everything is looking pretty nice. Cortana does work as normal as well. So what's the weather like today?
The forecast shows cloudy skies with a high of 23 and a low of 8.
Which is fantastic. So let's close out Cortana. Project Spartan is also using dark mode, which looks really great. So if we launch that now. So this is what dark mode looks like in Edge. If we launch Win Beta, we'll show that in all of its glory. If we go up into the hamburger menu, the ellipsis menu, we can see settings. You can do different stuff in here. You can go to advanced settings, change privacy, and all these other great stuff. And yeah, so that's pretty much Project Spartan in a nutshell. Nothing really new there either, other than the dark mode, obviously. Apparently there are changes to the photos and camera apps. Let's open up camera here, and I'll show you what camera looks like. So let's have an infinite view of camera. So that's what camera looks like. So if we open up the settings bits and go into settings, let's actually look over here so you can actually see what's going on. Let's actually look up here. I can't really scroll and everything's misaligned, so that's a great app. So I can't really use that. Let's turn it to landscape. Any different? Oh yes, I can use it now. So I can scroll up and down. Pretty great. Nothing really new there though. They've said it's updated. I can't see what's new. Maybe the UI got changed a little bit. The Photos app too got an update, so let's try and launch that now. Photos. Here's the Photos app, so it's launched here. This is the out-of-box experience. I did take screenshots of this, so let's take a look at them. They look pretty nice, I guess, nice and clean. But yes, that's that. Go to the hamburger menu, go down to settings. We can see the version 15.522.15.011.0. Yes, it's all pretty nice. Now, it's a weird bug. If I press the home button on the start screen, it just keeps flashing the start screen, which is hilarious. Let's open up messaging and see what messaging's about. The app seems a bit more touched up as per usual. So if we actually send a text to this phone, I'll show you what notifications look like. Notifications also look a bit touched up. So we send test. This should come up. There's also new sounds when they show up. No? Okay, well, I'm not getting the text. Why not? I did just send that off. Let's not be silly. Why are we not getting texts? Hello. Oh, it worked a minute ago. Oh, it is working. It's just not popping. The notifications aren't popping up. Okay, let's close the app and do it this time. That's annoying. That's an annoying bug. Test. Send. I'm not getting pop-ups, notifications. That's annoying. That was working a minute ago. It's just stopped working, which is odd. But, strange. Okay, well, that's a bug, so be wary of that if you do plan on using this as your primary driver. The People app received a couple fixes, making it, apparently text is now bigger, which is great news for those who can't see small text. Oh, excuse me. I'm losing my voice. Let's see what else is new. Let's see if File Explorer got updated. I don't think it did. Oh, maybe it did. The hamburger menu is open by default, which is strange. This device, all this. Yes, other than that, it's all pretty much the same. Icons down here were updated, looking pretty fancy. If we go down to the magical, whatever this is, calculator, when it loads, it's going to require me to download it from the store. Yeah, that's a common trend with this build. A lot of the apps aren't on the phone. You need to download them. So let's download that now. So as you can see down in the screenshots, it's showing that this is a desktop app, although the screenshots just disappeared. So now it's downloading. Let's wait for that. Let's open up the Alarms app to show you the Alarms app, see if that's new as well. Looks pretty much the same. There's a nice animation when clicking the ellipsis thing, but that's apparent in all the apps now. Full screen mode. Nice. There's a full screen mode here, which is, I think, new. You can do nice full screen stuff. Excellent. So yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much else new. That's not surprising, as Microsoft is, we're nowhere near RTM yet for Windows 10 Mobile. Windows calculator. Also, the weather app's not installed either. Great. I can't be bothered to download that. Let's see if this is done yet. No, okay. So all the apps that are downloaded from the store don't appear to be working, which is an issue. This is running on the Lumia 635, so the performance is representing that if it was running on a Lumia 635. This is 512 megabytes, I believe, so not the most powerful device. This build may run better on higher end hardware. However, I believe the animation bug will be persistent regardless of what hardware you're using. So even if this was a 1520, it would take the same amount of time to launch an app as it does here. So clicking on or tapping on the settings app, there's at least 2 seconds before it even decides to open. So that's annoying, but that's to be expected. This build obviously does not represent the final product. Do I recommend using this as a primary driver? No, I do not. I recommend you stick with Windows Phone 8.1 until a more stable build comes along, which will hopefully be in a few weeks. So that's about it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.